What's up, guys? You're watching Getting Stoned, a Hearthstone experience. We do deck testing and play testing and teaching, right? So today we are going to look at Control Priest as we normally do, but this time I really want to develop the deck, really kind of flesh out at least a core of the deck, and from there move on to tech choices or whatnot. So what you see right now on this list is what I would consider primarily the core of the deck. There are some cards that you can change here, right? So we got Circle of Healing, Northshire Clerics, Potion of Madness, Power Word Shield, Radiant Elemental, Shadow Visions, Shadow Word Pain, Wild Pyro, Shadow Word Death, Priest of the Feast, doubles of all that. And then we got Elise and Lyra, right? Now, we're talking about the ladder, okay? So we can't just block out some matchups like you could in a tournament. Like you can ban Rogue in a tournament and not have to worry about the inevitability of them getting the quest. Or you can ban Mage, or you can ban Taunt Warrior, right? You can't do that on the ladder. On the ladder, you have to be ready to face all of these things. So I think because of the way the ladder is currently, you need to tech a little bit for anti-aggro, so that's why we have Potion of Madness and Pyros, obviously, which I would keep core all the time. And that's why we have Priest of the Feast, okay? Because we don't have taunts. So we need a way to stabilize and recuperate from a big, initial burst of damage, and to, put the game out of reach of decks like Pirate Warrior that are trying to finish the game. But at the same time, we also need to have an option to be aggressive enough to beat decks like Taunt Warrior, Quest Mage, and Quest Rogue. Okay? Those decks have better late game than what we have. There is no amount of value that we can put on the board, like in terms of card advantage, that is going to win us the game, because the inevitability of those decks is too strong. So what we need to do is be faster and stronger. So the way that we are going to do that is by using Divine Spirit and Inner Fire, which, even though it's the freaking meme type of priest shit, that is the consistent way to win the game. Like, and Blizzard wants to throw that down and shove it down our throats. Like, use this combo, win games, okay? And with Radiant Elemental, this is cheap. It's easy to accomplish. So this now is the core of the deck. And anything we make from this primarily will remain the same. Like, sure, we might remove a Potion of Madness. We might remove a Shadow of Pain. We might remove one Priest of the Feast. Like, we might make small changes to this, but this is the core that I will always start with. Okay? So that leaves me 4 deck slots. And the 4 deck slots are going to be reserved for creatures. And looking at our curve here, you see that we have primarily 2/3 of the deck. 20 cards are 1 and 2 mana costing cards. So we need to kind of build some sort of curve. So what I would like is to add 3 and 4 drops. Primarily, I would love to just add 3 drops, because that is going to smoothen out our curve more, as opposed to having 2 3 drops and 2 4 drops. So if I added a 4 drop, the 4 drop I would add is Acolyte Soul Priest, and that would likely replace Priest of the Feast. Okay? But I don't want to play the 4 drop right now. I don't want to play Soul Priest. So our options are Curious Glimmeroot, Cabal Talonpriest, and Acolyte of Pain, and Injured Blademaster. Okay, these are classic priest staples. So we are going to talk about them really quickly and kind of decide right now what is most important. Now, first of all, looking at the deck, we want to reach this combo as quick as possible, and we want synergy with whatever cards we have. Injured Blade, oops, let me remove that. Injured Blademaster has synergy with Circle of Healing, Northshire Cleric, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. That's great. It's 3 for a 4/3 with a chance of being a 4/7. That is a great tempo play, and that's good value. I mean, we pop this guy out, we put a Circle of Healing on him, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, we're in fucking business. That's a good card. Is it the best card? I don't know. Acolyte of Pain. What does he do? Oh shit, I keep 3 for a 1/3. So combat statistic wise is not great. Whenever this minion takes damage, draw a card. Instant synergy with Wild Pyro. Has 3 toughness. So it has some synergy with Divine Spirit. Will help me draw into the deck deeper. And I don't have a lot of card draw. So this might be a card I want to play. And then the final 2, which are priest cards. Curious Glimmeroot. Look at 3 cards. Guess which one's starting your opponent's deck to get a copy of it. 3 for a 3/3 body. Better than the Acolyte. Can fight, do combat trades better. But doesn't draw my deck, although it gives me important information. Does 2 things. Number 1, if I guess right, it tells me what card is in my opponent's deck. And I get it. That's important. But even more important, it tells me what isn't in his deck. Okay? This is important in matchups like Taunt Warrior, because you might see a hand of Brawl, Sleep with the Fishes, and Whirlwind. You probably pick Brawl because it's Taunt Warrior. You take Brawl, and what do you learn? Not only do you get a board clear, but you learn that he doesn't have Sleep with the Fishes, and you learn that he doesn't have Whirlwind in the deck. Or maybe it's a King Mosh or something. So these are important little factors that this card does. It's actually a pretty strong card as a control card. Cabal Talonpriest, the other card, 3 for a 3/4. So now it has better defensive stats than any of the other creatures we talked about. And if we have anything else on the board, it's going to buff it. So it has Divine Spirit and Inner Fire synergy. So that's nice. Now the question is, what 2 are we going to play? Or are we going to play a mixture of all of them, right? I don't know. So, I mean, it's just really tough to decide. We have Circle of Healing. It has synergy with Wild Pyro. We're not playing Acolyte. So that leads to playing Injured Blademaster quite a bit. We kind of want to play it. But then if, I don't know. I kind of feel like we need to play at least 1 Acolyte of Pain because we want to draw a little bit. What do we play? Let's play 2 Acolyte of Pain. Let's just go with the classic. We'll play 2 Acolyte of Pains. And because we're drawing cards more likely, let's not play Glimmeroot because we're probably going to have a full hand. And let's either play Cabal Talonpriest or Injured Blademaster. Now, how do we pick between the 2? I don't know. I assume more synergy with Circle to be spent on Pyro and Acolyte. So let's go with Cabal Talonpriest. Okay, so this will be version 1 of our priest deck, and we will just play. I'm currently ranking up with Druid because I'm trying to get 500 Druid wins, and I'm still quite a ways away. So I will just leave the deck testing to casual for now. All right. So we'll try this, and then let me just open up my Dallas Fire. How do you reset the version? I don't know how to do that. Anyway. Alright, so we'll play a bunch of games. This will be the list that we play until we have 20 games or so under the belt with this deck, okay? This is what we're going to be playing. Oh, let me fix my overlay a bit here. Oh, there we go. Sorry. There we go. Let me add a... One moment, let me add this portrait. Bam! Bam! Gold cards. Bam, there we go. Alright. Alright, that's good, right? That looks good. Alright, that's good. Alright, alright. Okay. What are we playing? We're challenging Rogue. We want to get on the board early, so we're going to throw this back because we want Northshire Cleric. We want Radiant Elemental. Get none of it. There's Radiant. See if he goes quest. Okay, not quest rogue, so it's probably miracle. Let's see. I don't want to waste my Radiant Elemental. It's too big of a threat, so we know that would die here. So now every time I play one of the questionable cards, whether it be Acolyte of Pain or Cabal Talonpriest, I can decide about whether or not something else would have been more effective here, right? So it's turn 3. The correct value play is this, okay? I could play Radiant Elemental and Tutor or use Divine Spirit, but that is not the right play there. Because 6 toughness is great, but that's not enough. Rogue can burst that down easily with Eviscerate or even a Sap or any number of rogue bullshit things. So we're going to play Cabal Talonpriest on curve. The question is, would injured Blademaster have been better here? Or would a, I guess it actually comes down, or a Curious Glimmeroot. I actually think Curious Glimmeroot would have been good here. But we will play Cabal Talonpriest even empty because at least stat-wise, it's not bad. Curious Glimmeroot would have given me some information and a card though, and that would have been nice. So, +1 for Curious Glimmeroot, I guess, there.
This guy's toast.
And here's another nice thing about Cabal Talonpriest, is that 1 extra health mattered. You know, there's no way he would have killed that without Now I could play this and I search for a Pain, but then I wouldn't be able to Divine Spirit this, so it would probably die. And this is not an aggressive rogue. This is kind of like a probably Miracle rogue. So in this situation, I'm just going to play Priest of Feast on the board to give me some kind of board presence. It's expected. See, this is what I'm saying. If I played this and used Divine Spirit, he would just trade this, Eviscerate, and that one guy, killing off my Radiant Elemental and making me lose 2 cards. There's no value. All right? This situation is slightly more interesting. Here I'm actually gonna make some plays. We'll do that. Damn, I don't like this play here, okay? This is not ideal. We kind of whiffed on our Shadow Visions. I was hoping Shadow Visions would give me Shadow Word Pain, because then I would have been able to kill one of those creatures, Divine Spirit this, and feel so safe on the board. But now, this is very killable. And our hand is slow. You can see that our opponent's got 6 cards in hand. We have 3 cards in hand. 2 of his cards he got from, you know, Swashbuckler. But, yeah, we got a slow hand. Cool. This is working out okay. He didn't kill that on board. This is going to allow me to make this play. Now we got to worry about Vilespine Slayer, probably. You can see one thing that I'm facing here is, wow. See, one thing that I am facing here is that, you know, I'm running out of cards, so I really need to draw into more awesome shit. So, I need more cards, so I'm actually going to burn Circle here. And I don't want to waste too many of my spells like just doing random shit. Like the board is clear. Let me save this tutor for when I need, when I need it. Like if I need to find a Shadow or Death or whatever it may be. So there's a sap. So we lost our Divine Spirit. One of our Divine Spirits. We still have both Inner Fires. It's fine. So here, this is desperation. Like he's trying to get the board back, right? So I will just tutor to see if I have Shadow Word Pain. There's Shadow Word Pain. We'll take Shadow Word Pain. Awesome. I fucked up. I should have. I should have attacked first, and I could have healed and played Radiant. But this is okay. Free from Amber, an 8 or 6 mana free from Amber. How did that happen? How is that spell discounted? Oh. Ouch. A fucking Ultrasaur. We can't even deal with that. We have a 6. Oh no! Wow, we lucked out. Kind of lucked out there. So I don't want to throw the Radiant Elemental on the board because I don't want to overcommit, and also the Radiant Elemental is going to save me at least 2 mana. So I'm hoping to pull into like Lyra and then another spell, like a Power Word Shield. So I like Acolyte of Pain. Like they haven't drawn me cards yet. Okay, well there's the first card, right? It works. Start casting some spells here. Oh shit, so we know he has that in his hand. And I don't want to waste cards here, right? But okay. That works out pretty well. Because we can expect him to Dragonfire, okay? Like, he's going to use that. We got a 2 Dragon... Like, Lyra is crazy. Lyra gives you a lot of value. Okay. Whoa. That's crazy. Okay, so here we're just gonna play a threat, and this is if this stays on the board. Now I can copy him and then play a talonpriest and buff it, or I can just buff this. Interesting. We have a very interesting board, so we'll do this first. Let's see more cards, right? Master spell.
What is real? You wish to live.
Alright, now we're going to play aggressive. We don't have Inner Fire, so we got to kind of close out the game soon. And start going face, building the board. It's fine. Our opponent is in a rough spot. Like, so our ending draws is kind of weak, right? So you can see how this deck kind of is predicated on the inner fire combo, right? And I'm really surprised that what's his name was winning without it. Like, it's just, you know, how do you win with thought steal, mind vision? Like, you can't. I don't know. Like, but he was having so much success. You know, I guess Soul Priest does help. You know, it's just kind of a war of attrition. Okay, he's gets a death rattle minion out. Okay, so here's value. Let's get 5 cards. Ooh, interesting. Biteweed. That's interesting. So let's buff this. It's kind of cool. So I'm actually liking Cabal Talonpriest quite a bit because I like the stat line. Stat line is important in a deck which is low on those drops.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Oh, an assassinate. Wow. Is this guy going to steal this game away from me? Tell me that is not happening. Alright, what is this? Dino size, set of minions, health and attack to 10. Okay. Oh, I should have stole it first. Fuck. Man. When the misplays cost you. Oh, man. I hope we don't lose with this guy being at 3 life, you know. Like, I could clear the board, but... Wow, that's an interesting situation. Alright. Okay, so... Like, here's that war of attrition, but we just have nothing to do. Wow. Okay, so we lucked out there with that. Pretty cool. Nizoth, Rogue, is not very competitive, right? So we can take away a couple things from the game, but not too many things. Like, well, we can take away that we draw into the deck pretty well. In that game, we used Divine Spirit and Inner Fire kind of defensively, but we still won the game, so we were able to win the game. Like, our curve is so low. Like, the deck doesn't have, like, that end game condition. It doesn't run Giants, doesn't run Medivh. But, you know, I think against a certain meta, it doesn't matter. Like, when you run them out of gas, you're going to win. So, yeah, I don't know. I liked Cabal Talonpriest. That was the best performing cards, I think, out of the options, right? You know, Acolyte of Pain... It was all right, and you know, you saw that in that match. We used. I'm gonna go ahead and Power Word Shield. Let's get more cards. In that match, we used What the fuck is that card called? Circle of Healing very aggressively. You know, we used it to draw 3 cards or whatnot. We used it as just fodder for Lyra. So those are things to keep in mind.
Right away.
I want to use my mana efficiently, so instead of playing a 1 mana card and having 1 mana do nothing, I will use my hero power, as that just seems like the smarter move there.
Do you hear its call?
Alright, we're gonna have to kill that. Like,
Closely.
I don't know. Actually, do we need to kill that? I don't know if we need to kill that. I don't even want to use Shadow Visions here. Well, let's draw cards.
Right away.
So right here, circle combo got us 4 cards. That's great. And we're going to kill this now because we have Shadow Visions. We'll be able to tutor for another Shadow Word Pain. And we have our Deaths in hand, so we don't have to tutor for them. And the only cards we can get are... Ooh. This is interesting. This is an interesting turn.
Right away.
I don't like this play. We'll draw 6 cards. We already have 6.
Right away. Oh.
Quickly.
Right away.
Yeah, that was a misplay. That was a misplay. That fucked up. That was dumb.
Are you?
There was no situation where that would have been good for me. Like, fucking, that was dumb. That was dumb. That was so dumb. But it's alright. Okay, so the threat here is that if we play this, he can have swipe and hero power, and he will efficiently use his mana to clear the guy, but he uses a swipe, right? So let's hope that instead he... Yeah, okay, so he did something else instead, which we wanted, and he played a creature. It's fine. We're going to save the Radiant Elemental. We'll just clear this board. So, even with swipe, he cannot clear this board efficiently with his mana. So we're fine with this. He's going to let us draw cards. Remember, we used 1 Shadow Vision, so we still have another Shadow Visions. Hopefully we get it before we get to the Ungoro pack. Oh, there we go. This is fine. See, I like Acolyte as a card. But it's just lacking, like what we could do is make this a 6/6. You know, I'm not too hot about this play, right? But he can't easily remove this. You know, he's going to take him more than 1 card to remove the 6/6. If at all, if he removes it at all. So 2 and then a swipe, right? That's what we're expecting. Okay. I mean, I'll take those odds. That's not as bad as it can be. So we drew into an Ungoro pack. We're going to use it here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you guys, you pretty much don't draw into a hand better than that. That's Sherazin and Priest. Oh my goodness, I'm freaking loving it right now, man. Oh my, oh my, oh my. It's awesome. It's looking pretty awesome. After you cast a spell in this room, summon a 1/1 planet and cast another copy on it. Oh my god, the dream! The dream! 5, 6. Okay, actually, we'll play the poison, okay? Oh, that sucked. Alright, we're good, we're good. Oh wow, he efficiently got rid of that card. Alright. Alright, let's get some combos going. Let's take this. We'll play 3 spells. Let's play a 4th. That's awesome. That's pretty fucking awesome. Now the question is, do I like Acolyte better than I like something like Injured Blademaster or even Curious Glimmeroot? I don't know. Like right now, that's where I'm stuck at, right? But this is not ranked, right? So the real challenge really is ranked, but at least we've seen a couple games where these things are looking pretty cool, right? Alright, so we'll do this. Kill it. Can we inner fire something crazy? Oh, obviously I misplayed there, but oh, okay, we'll just kill him. We'll just kill him off, guys. So all those potions are freaking whatever. And a Sherazin to top it off. Like, how wild is that shit? If you like what you see, like, share, or comment below. That shit was ham, right? Remember, you're watching Getting Stoned, a Hearthstone experience. We're trying out Control Priest, and we're not taking it into ranked yet. If I hit rank 5 with Druid, which I'm fucking guessing I probably will, then we will probably mess with this deck a little more. I just want to make sure I hit rank 5 with Druid first, and before I start tanking my rating by playing random priest shit. So this is Shaman. We're really looking for Potion of Madness, Northshire Cleric, Radiant Elemental. This is cool. This is a cool hand. Acolyte of Pain. What kind of work does it do in this matchup? I don't know. So remember, it could have been an injured blademaster, which wouldn't be that great here. Neither is a Curious Glimmeroot. Well, Curious Glimmeroot is a pretty strong card. If, you know, honestly, if I switch Acolyte out, I want Curious Glimmeroot in the list. But I really feel like Cabal Talonpriest, like, it just belongs. There's no... Okay, so we'll play this, and we'll just get rid of this guy. So this is a tempo turn. I felt like that's a big threat, and I had to kill that, because I'm worried about it getting out of control, right? So... Alright, so there's this. Curious Glimmeroot would have given me information. Injured Blademaster would have sucked on this turn. But this is getting me one card. So I guess that's interesting. Yeah, we'll play this. I don't want to waste the Divine Spirit. Like, that's a combo piece. We're going to save that for later in the game. The only time you waste Divine Spirit early, really, is if your opponent is playing like an aggro deck where, you know, he has to get through the bodies, or the bodies are going to help you in some shape or form. We are going to end this turn without doing anything, because there's nothing really that we want to do there. Alright, so let's find a Shadow or Death. Get rid of this. I don't want to play the Wild Pyro onto... Like, a Shaman has a sticky board, and I don't want to play... wow. This fucking guy. Let's find another one. This worries me about like decks, because like fuck, you know, they get something like this on board, like really don't have a lot of ways to deal with it. Oh, okay, well. Like, I like the Lyra value, but can I cast 4 more spells? 2, 3. Cannot cast 4 more spells there. I'll just heal this. So that's a pretty good turn. That worked out well. What really contributed to the success of that turn? I don't know. So here's one thing about Lyra. Okay, and I think this is a very important point to stress, is that making her wild is freaking not a bad thing. He only gave me Shadow Word Pains. That's kind of weak. That's a lot of resources, man. Dude, that guy threw the game away. And he didn't attack. What the fuck? What is that? You know, I probably should have played Priest of the Feast, even though... Yeah, I probably should have played it. So we won this game. I mean, that's happening for sure. Yeah, you know, our opponent's deck is not that good, unfortunately. It's just... Sorry, I was fucking picking my nose there. Yeah, I'm just going to try to buff this a little bit more so we can get the OTK. Yeah, sorry, our opponent is not going to close this out on us. That's not happening. Yeah, so, fuck. I want to take this to ranked, but... So that's 3 games that were pretty easy for us. I don't know. Tell me what you think of the deck. Like I said, the main kind of thing that I want to stress really is Acolyte of Pain, Injured Blademaster, Cabal, Talonpriest, or Curious Glimmeroot. Which 2 of those cards, like the 4 card slots, right? Which cards should go in those 4 card slots? And also, you know, I realize, is our end game really strong enough? Like, do we have that end game that's necessary for the long run? You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You let me know in the comments. You let me know what you guys think.